Hey, I'm Philip. I'm about to play a show here in Hollywood. This is all being recorded live. And so I hope you dig it. I'll see you in there.
Thought that I'd be a millionaire. I thought I'd be in Vanity Fair. But I'm gonna be 30. My kitchen is dirty. My shower drain is clogged with my hair. I thought that I'd trip into my wife. I thought you'd just fall into my life. But I never mingle. I'm chronically single. My thumb is tired from all the swipes. But I don't mind, I'm not Mr. Right. I'm getting acquainted with my mystery life. I'm Mr. Shoes Tied, Mr. Deep Side, Mr. I'm doing alright. I'm Mr. Hindsight, Mr. Fine Life, Mr. Peaked in junior high. I used to think I'd be the man, but now I think I'm just some guy. Thought that I'd be properly paid and rewarded for my excellent grades. But the economy's funny, the memes turn to money. I just learned about a Roth IRA. I thought I'd be the macho ideal, a double-packed stomach of steel. But my voice is still whiny, my biceps are tiny, and I'm 5'9" in 2-inch heels. But I don't mind, I'm not Mr. Right. I'm getting acquainted with my mystery life. I'm Mr. Shoes Tied, Mr. Deep Side, Mr. I'm doing alright. I'm Mr. Hindsight, Mr. Fine Life, Mr. Peaked in junior high. I used to think I'd be the man, but now I think I'm just some guy. And I like it. I don't need to be seen to be real anymore. Fuck it, I love it. I'm finally fine even when I'm ignored. I'm not a prodigy waiting to be alive. 'Cause I'm Mr. Shoes Tied, Mr. Deep Side, Mr. I'm doing alright. I'm Mr. Hindsight, Mr. Fine Life, Mr. Peaked in junior high. I used to think I'd be the man, but now I think I'm just some guy. What's up, Los Angeles? Thank you all so much for being here. It's amazing. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for being here. I'm so lucky to have an incredible band with me tonight. You're gonna hear it all from them. Yeah, I'm just so pleased y'all came out. You're sweetie pies. This song is all about a man named Jeff. Jeff found a genie in a bottle who said, I can give you anything you ask. You can have your wishes 3 and 1,000,000 more for free. It's unlimited, just set me to the task. Well, Jeff thought a while, said I want houses, I want boats, I want fancy modern art, I want tickets to the Met, I want my own private jet, and a rocket into space just for a start. Well, the genie waved her arms and made it happen. His every wish bolted from the blue. And folks all over town grew enamored, gathered round to admire the man whose wishes had come true. They said, let's hear it for the man who has everything. By good fortune he was set so far apart. Let's hear it for Jeff, who's got everything, 'cause his wishes are only at the start. Well, Jeff heard their shouts, he grew worried. He said, everybody's getting in my way. The genie smiled as before, you've got a million wishes more. You can even give a bunch of them away. Well, Jeff got confused and sort of quiet, till he finally said, I have just one wish more. I am satisfied, so I wish that you would die, so you cannot grant wishes anymore. Well, the genie's eyes got big and sad and shiny, till she finally said, your wish is my command. With an effervescent sigh, she disappeared before his eyes, and no wishes were ever granted there again. So let's hear it for the man who has everything. By good fortune, he was set so far apart. Let's hear it for Jeff, who's got everything. Every single fucking thing except a heart. This is the kickoff show of my 4 seasons tour. It is so called because over the last year, I released 4 albums, one for each of the seasons, which no one ever thought to do except Vivaldi, and after I announced it, Weezer. But I think the jury's out on who really nailed the seasons, but is it Vivaldi? Is it Weezer? Is it? But I was lucky enough to be joined along that process by a bunch of incredible creative people, songwriters, artists, and one of them is Klug. Olive and I wrote this next song together, and we're gonna sing it for you together. It's off my album, Spring. We're taking a little journey through the seasons tonight. So right now you're in spring. I hope you can feel it. And then later we'll be in the summer, then the autumn, then the winter, and then we'll end back at spring. And that's how you know that it's over. When you're like, when will this be over? Know that it's right around winter into spring.
One, two, three.
You're thinking. I don't wanna know. If you tell me what you're thinking, I might not make it home. Take your pottery and paintings, take your sneakers back and run. We use 1,000 words for saying it's done. There's a blank spot on the counter where you used to set your keys. There's a cavern you used to live in, shining light inside of me. Don't call me when you get there. That's all I need to know. Don't let me so I can dream of you and start my day at noon. I would rather be you. There's a blank spot on the counter where you used to set your keys. There's a cavern you used to live in. Shine a light, shine a light, shine a light inside of me. All of Klug, everyone.
I have to tell everybody, every single time we rehearsed that, we messed up the lyrics and we didn't mess up one lyric.
Yeah.
So let's just, we did it.
That's
we
on
did
you.
it.
That's on you. That's on you all. This one, well, who out there is single? Yeah. 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 I think those 3 yeahs were like a guy, yeah, a female, yeah, and then I was like, and like a gender non-conforming, yeah. That last yeah was for you. This song I wrote after being stood up, which never happens in LA. People are always really good at keeping their plans. And it's called Reasons to Never Date Again. I just went out on a date that turned out not to be a date. Just a solo dinner where you're increasingly late. I call you and you say you wrote a text that you forgot to send. I just smile and say goodnight and swear I'll never date again. Picking clothes is such a chore. I never know what I should wear. Am I too assertive if I wear that special underwear? I clean my room and water my plants in case you come over, and then I come home drunk and alone and swear I'll never date again. I thought that modern dating would get easier with time. I'd have good communication and not have to read your mind. I think that even Sisyphus would hate this uphill climb, and I'm not sure that Tinder is what Darwin had in mind. Message in your inbox with the same joke I've told a billion times. Timing out my text to match the tempo of your last reply. Well, I could play these games or skip the middleman and sodomize my brain. At least my mind is getting some more reasons to never date again. Making plans for 10 days' time, I know that they will never keep. Someone's mom just got to town, someone's cat got put to sleep. We'll make plans when they get back, but never mentions where or when. I've diagnosed another ghost and reason to never date again. I thought that modern dating would get easier with time. I'd have good communication, not have to read your mind. I think even Sisyphus would hate this uphill climb, and I'm not sure that Tinder is what Darwin had in mind. Everything's so casual something so cool. Don't let someone close enough to push you in the pool. Well, I want someone to ruin my life. I want to fall in love again, but instead you only ruin my night with reasons to never date again. Never date again. It's summer! The last 2 years crashed into me and left my body bruised. It's a 10-round fight and I'm sweating, but I'm getting over you. How can I stop from getting jaded when I make it to the end? How can I open up my arms when I wanna go again? I forget, the pain slips out of my head. So I always come off bright-eyed, like no one's hurt me yet. I forget, like a goldfish losing track. Love puts me through the ringer, I always come back. All the late night toss and turning, and the early angry calls, and the way you acted drinking, I don't think of it at all. I let go of the lows like I'm Joel and Clementine, to be bold and semi-thoughtless, like it's spotless in my mind. I forget, the pain slips out of my head. So I always come off bright-eyed, like no one's hurt me yet. I forget, like a goldfish losing track. Love puts me through the ringer, I always come back. I come back, 'cause I'm still feeling I need it to survive. I come back, 'cause I've learned a lot this time, I'll get it right. And even if I don't, well, tomorrow is a new day in my mind. In my mind. I forget, the pain slips out of my head. So I always come off bright-eyed, like no one's hurt me yet. I forget, like a goldfish losing track. Love puts me through the ringer, I always forget, the pain slips out of my head. So I always come off bright-eyed, like no one's hurt me yet. I forget, like a goldfish losing track. Love puts me through the ringer, I always come back. You ever have times when you just want to be like, left alone? Like, it's nothing against other people. You just don't like them right now. Later, you might like them. Later, you might not. But right now, you really don't. Well, that's what this song is about. number in my phone. Sometimes I just wanna be alone. It's loner season. It's loner season. I've got my reasons. It's loner season. I don't wanna be someone's man or someone's boo. Instagrammable, consumed. You found a winner. In reality, I like doing what I like. I don't wanna take a hike or go to dinner. And I don't wanna get together in your bed. I get way better action in my head. It's loner season. It's loner season. I've got my reason. It's loner season. I don't cook. I don't clean. I'm a broken breakup machine. I'm so blunt. I'm so mean. I'm what you definitely don't wanna be. But I'm free. It's loner season. It's loner season. I've got my reasons. It's loner season. It's loner season. It's loner season. I've got my reasons. It's loner season. It's loner season. The large majority of the music I play live is always on like live streams on the internet. So I suddenly had the bizarre impulse to be like, so where's everybody listening from? Cities and states, cities and states. Wow, sick. Any other people listening in California? Wow. That's crazy. Anyway, remember that TikTok takes 70% of our income. So feel free to subscribe to my Patreon. Don't do that. That was a joke.
One, two, three.
Apartment A is cold as ice because she knows she's hot. Apartment B is a communist but hogs the parking spot. Apartment C's a mystery and always carries cash. We'd probably be frustrated, but he's where we get our stash. The guy that lives below me is a recent divorcee. The gal that lives above me got a hot broke yesterday. And I wonder if they're meant to be, but I'll never find the door. And all that's in their way is just my ceiling and my floor. And when I got mugged, my neighbors were the ones that rubbed my back. Living thin in these one bedrooms while we keep our landlord fat. Yeah, it's just the 81 of us, the laundry and the wrath. But I don't mind it in my apartment. There's nothing in between us but some plaster.
In my apartment,
We gossip and we spy and we have sex in my apartment. Never asked to be a part of this collective, sharing nothing but the zip code on our checks and our massive complex. The guy across the hall, he's such a natural with plants. He gets a pretty garden while the rest of us get ants. The man upstairs once came down and told us to be fair, but sometimes I'm not even sure he really lives up there. The girl next door is married, but I'm holding out a fight. 'Cause her boy's either a cheater or he just works at night. There's a beautiful old woman who always asks me for the time. She's lived here since the 70s, so her rent is half of mine. And I never see my family, and I don't have many friends. And it's funny to imagine that the day I reach the end, I'll have spent more time with strangers I could barely comprehend. But I don't mind it in my apartment. There's nothing in between us but some plaster. We gossip and we spy and we have sex. Never asked to be a part of this collective, sharing nothing but the zip code on our checks and a massive complex. And if I'm lucky enough to find a house that's cheap enough I can buy, I know I'll get peace and quiet. But somehow miss the screaming and crying of 80 people all living and dying. But I don't mind it in my apartment. There's nothing in between us but some plaster. We gossip and we spy and we have sex. Never asked to be a part of this collective, sharing nothing but the zip code on our checks. In my apartment, there's nothing in between us but some plaster. We gossip and we spy and we have sex. Never asked to be a part of this collective, sharing nothing but the zip code on our checks and a massive complex. As I said, I was joined by many incredible artists to help make the Four Seasons. One of them is Jill Lavin, aka Sprightly, who wrote this next song with me. But I also want to take this opportunity to introduce this whole incredible band. On the drums, James Prinzi. On the bass, Rani Ari. On guitar, Eliza Petrosyan. On guitar and additional vocals, Klug. On keys, Wirick. And Jillian Lavin. I told my mom about us. I told her I'm not sure it's working. I told my friend about us. I'm still not sure if I was flirting. We're puzzle pieces for sure, but I think I'm on the edge. I told myself about us, haven't convinced myself yet. Sick of waiting, sick of debating, devastating, I'm coming out of the blue. If I ever fucking leave you, I can't leave, but I can't stay. I'm crossing off another day in your room. Guess I'm never gonna leave you. I don't wanna be here anymore. I don't wanna feel this way anymore. I don't wanna look at you anymore. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here anymore.
Should have kept my apartment. I should have never met your parents. They'll be so disappointed over my sudden disappearance.
What good are peas in a pod if they just rot on the vine? Selfish to hope for better, sit back and settle for fine. Stop, the sky would crack, the sun would drop, and it'd make national news. If I ever fucking leave you, I can't leave, it'd be be unjust. I said I love you, now I must follow through. Guess I'm never gonna leave you. I don't wanna be here anymore. I don't wanna feel this way anymore. I don't wanna look at you anymore. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here anymore. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here anymore. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here anymore. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here. I don't wanna be here anymore. Give it up for our incredible band. You can stay. Whatever you feel, baby. Everyone else is in. Okay. He's out. Please welcome to the stage Jose and Isaac. It's amazing again that you all came out. While they're setting up, I just want to say that I wrote most of this material during the lockdown, during the pandemic, and then literally wrote so much that I had 4 albums worth. And for me, this project and this music is really about the idea that every feeling has a season, and I can't think of like a better metaphor or thing in nature that means more to me than like the changing of the seasons to remind me that when I feel really bad, I'm not gonna feel bad forever, and when I feel really good, I'm not gonna feel good forever. And that's very comforting for me, weirdly on both sides. So that's what that music means for me. And these two wrote the incredible arrangement for this song that you're gonna hear right now. So they arranged it, and now they're playing it live, which we've never done before. You ready, guys? I wake up, check my phone. Hey, the world is sorta ending, did you know? But my boss is gonna freak if I don't show. So I go off to work, stare at the screen. Hey, the world is sorta ending, did you see? Someone's talking about the new reality on TV. Someone lit themselves on fire in the middle of the square. Feels like everything is ending, and I am barely there. And I'm not a goddamn quitter, I just need a chance to grieve. And if I could have just one thing, it'd be something to believe. Get a call, oh how nice. If I make a big donation, we'll be fine. Politician setting ransom, here's the price for your rights. I get home and can't relax. I recall the active shooter drills in class. Square. Feels like everything is ending, and I am barely there. And I'm not a goddamn quitter, I just need a chance to grieve. And if I could have just one thing, it'd be something to believe. Thank you, guys. It is now autumn. Autumn's gonna be a short season. I'm like the groundhog. But for autumn. Autumn is gonna be a short season because autumn was recorded with a full 20-piece big band, which was really awesome, super fun, but hard to fit on the Hotel Cafe stage. So we decided to do one fun tune from autumn. I haven't had a drink of water in 8 songs. Feel good?
Yeah, I just needed that.
When they're younger, many parents tell their kids that they can be the president or an astronaut or an actor on TV. But no one ever tells a child what they cannot be. So it seems that the responsibility has come to me. Life is just a compromise, it's better for your health. You might achieve a smaller dream, so look inside yourself. Why do you want the big career and all that fancy stuff? Give up, give up, give up, give up, give up. The moment you stop working out, the fat will start to creep. You can never smoke a cigarette and still die in your sleep. So you don't have to make the bed you're getting back into, 'cause life tends towards chaos, there's nothing you can do. And love is just a compromise, and you don't have to frown. And rom-coms are a bunch of lies, so bring your standards down. Sure, he's a comedian, but being single sucks. Give up, give up, give up, give up, give up. Think of what's awaiting you a couple years down the line. A bunch of emptiness at the success you didn't find. Think of how much happier you would be at that time if you never ever failed because you didn't even try. And life is just a compromise, but we don't want to see. We write ourselves the movie script of how our lives should be. You're reaching out for happiness when what's inside's enough. Give up, give up, give up, give up, give up. My best look. It's winter now. Dear God, maybe my letters haven't reached you. Did you change addresses recently? Did I forget the stamp? Dear God, I know that letters are a classic, but I figure you're old-fashioned, so I thought I'd take the chance. Dear God, did you see that movie with Jim Carrey? Did you think it was funny, or did it make you mad? Dear God, I know it's gauche to ask for favors, but maybe you could save her from the cancer that she has. 100 billion letters and they've all gone unanswered. Maybe that's not fair of me to track. Dear God, I swear I'm not as desperate as I seem. So if you get a second, write me back. Dear God, thanks for the soil and the sky. If that's even your department, maybe that's someone else. Maybe you're the pestilence and chaos kind of guy. In which case, you and your stupid kid can go to hell. Dear God, sorry for that stuff I wrote you last time. The cancer in its course. Lately I just feel confused. Did you not get my letters? I put on some extra stamps. I feel like you could have saved her, but you weren't in the mood. 100 billion letters and they've all gone unanswered. Maybe that's not fair of me to track. Dear God, I swear I'm not as angry as I seem. So if you get a second, write me back. Dear God, I know it's been a while since I wrote you, but I've been doing yoga. I swear I've gotten zen. I like being alive. I'd like to keep on doing it, but so did everybody else, and it never worked for them. But sometimes in the forest, with a wide and blue horizon, I feel something rising. I know that I'm okay when I'm sitting in a sunbeam or laughing with my lover. I write you an angry letter, but then I throw it away. Please welcome the band back to the stage. Just gonna cut this off at the pass. We're not doing an encore. So when we say it's the last song, it's the last song. But if you don't want the night to be over, I am celebrating very belatedly my birthday tonight. It's your birthday too? That's cool. Mine was months ago. So we share almost nothing in common. But I tried to organize a party for like months, and all my friends were out of town and doing things. So I said, I'll just invite you guys to my party. I'll take it. So yeah, have a drink with me after. And I also have merch, hoodies and tees. And also, as of 6 hours ago, vinyl of the Four Seasons, which took months, months, and the incredible concerted effort of literally dozens of people to make, and about half of it is already sold, but half of it is still available, and I would love to show it to you out there.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2.
The other night there was an earthquake. I ran outside in my boxers with my laptop and my passport in my hand. In my head it was the big one. I imagined my apartment turned from concrete into rubble, into sand. And every night since then, around 12:15 a.m., as I'm cooling off and getting into bed, I feel my mattress start to shake and I'm jolted back awake. But it always turns out it's in my head. Nobody tells you about the magnitudes of heartache. When you think it's done, there's more. And I'm swaying like a waltz, underlines for all my faults. Somebody ought to nail me to the floor. Aftershocks. I forget sometimes I'm just living on a rock. I take walks, but we're never really over. There's a chasm in the clock, and you don't pass with the dawn. You go on and on and on. With new people I'm afraid I might have to run away. Near my bed I keep an extra pair of shoes. And to ease my troubled mind, I check seismographs online. but nobody else is picking up on you. And it only takes one person to convince you for forever that you don't live on solid ground. I'm not stable and I ache, and my furniture all shakes, even though you're not around. Nobody tells you about the magnitudes of heartache. When you think it's done, there's more. And I'm swaying like a waltz, underlines for all my faults. Somebody ought to nail me to the floor. Aftershocks. I forget sometimes I'm just living on a rock. I take walks, but we're never really over. There's a chasm in the clock, and you don't pass with the dawn. You go on and on, and on my back in my bed, I get the shakes. I'm still awake, all alone in my head. Everything breathes, everything breaks. Nobody tells you about the magnitudes of heartache. When you think it's done, there's more. And I'm swaying like a waltz, underlines for all my faults. Somebody ought to nail me to the floor. Aftershocks. I forget sometimes I'm just living on a rock. I take walks, but we're never really over. There's a chasm in the clock, and you don't pass with the dawn. You go on and on and on and on and on. We're back in the spring, which means there are just 2 songs left in the set. No. Guys, that's...
Fake encore? Let's do a fake encore.
Yeah.
One more song.
Yeah, there's one more song. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. Thank goodness it's spring again. Oh my gosh. I know I keep beating this drum, but I just want to thank you all again for coming. Give yourself a round of applause. Getting people to come to things in LA is like an Olympic event. So it's amazing that you're here. You know, you've braved parking in this area, so wow. I wrote this song, again, during the lockdown. It was a hard time, I think, maybe just for me, but I think probably for you too. And it was just about, man, I really hope things can get better and can improve and not be being trapped in a cycle of news and a cycle of pain, and that seemed never ending. And it did end, and here we are. And I think that's really beautiful, and I'm not minimizing the continuing effects. Please don't cancel me for what I just said. I'm just saying this was impossible, and now it is more possible, and that's special, and that's cool. So thank you for being here. Push alerts for the dead, pull the covers over my head. I don't want to know anymore. Every inch of my room, my bed turned into a womb. I scrolled and I sat on the floor. Ares was far too mighty, abandoned by Aphrodite. My psyche was falling apart. I was inside for a long time, hit the space bar, stuck on quick time, and I lost a friend to to a sick mind, but my tears dried, and it's springtime. Ooh, ooh, can I be a brand new person? Ooh, ooh, I'm ready to let it go. Ooh, ooh, I can be a brand new person. This year we'll get it right. Finally, it's springtime. Christmas Day all alone, an empty two-story home. I'm tired of trying to be strong. I'm lost and passing my prime, but I don't look at the time. Life is too short and too long. Persephone caused crisis. Let's pass it to Dionysus. I'm biased, but a party sounds good. I was inside for a long time, hit the space bar, stuck on quick time, and I lost a friend to a sick mind, but my tears dried, and it's springtime. Ooh, ooh, can I be a brand new person? Ooh, ooh, I'm ready to let it go. Ooh, ooh, I can be a brand new person. This year we'll get it right. Finally, it's springtime. With a garden, a couple years what it takes. Whoa, whoa. In my garden, I buried all my mistakes. Whoa, I know. This year we'll get it right. Finally, it's springtime. If you'd like to sing along, can I be a brand new person? I'm ready to let it go. I can be a brand new person. Can I be a brand new person? I'm ready to let it go. I can be a brand new person. This year we'll get it right. Finally, it's springtime. And that's our entire set, and there's definitely no more. We're leaving. We're leaving. Okay, one more. This song has a part for you, and it goes like this. Na 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 2, 3 na 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 na. Cool. Someone said we're good. And they're right. You are good. What if aliens are real and they live 1 trillion years? And they've watched every single one of us since birth. What if aliens exist as an endless consciousness? That for fun they watch a TV show called Earth. And there's a bunch of different storylines, the moral isn't clear, and it feels like the writing's gone downhill in the last year. And everyone's a hero painted in the proper light, and the show's in multicolor, though it acts so black and white. In its 100 billionth season, for what it's worth, a TV show called Earth. As we gaze out into space, they're a few feet from our face, eating popcorn, drinking soda with their friends. Though to us it might seem cruel how they keep a betting pool on the way the human storyline will end. 'Cause everyone's a villain who just looks out for their own. And be careful picking favorites, 'cause they all end up as bones. And the ensemble is pretty good, the leads all mostly suck. And recently they trashed this set to make a couple bucks. And a plot like that has not been seen before. They might only have a couple seasons more. Here we go. 1, 2. Na 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 na. One more time. Come on. Show is done by war or storm or sun, I wonder would they wanna watch again, or grow bored with what we do and move on to something new. Saying Earth was decent, 7 out of 10. I like the dancing and the music and the sea foam on the shore. I wish the writers had been kind enough to sprinkle that in more. 'Cause the war bits and the poverty I wasn't a fan of, but I really dug on all the parts where humans fell in love. See, they watched us from our primordial dawn until the very last one of us was gone. And one turns to the other with a clicker in his hand and says, "That was fun, let's see what else is on."